Hello, it's me. No, not me from the recording in the clip that you're seeing in your screens right now. I've silenced that. I apologize for that. It's me, the narrator. The reason I popped up is because I wanted to tell you guys how unpredictable life can be. You see, at this point, as I was recording the narration to my vlog on the morning of the 5th of March 2022, I had no clue that I would have a sleepless night because I would be surrounded by dangerous wild animals that very same night, all night long. I'm gonna start with Lake Gardens and I'm gonna go to Budge Budge. I'm gonna cross the ferry. After crossing the ferry, I'm gonna catch a train to Kharagpur, and hopefully that's gonna take me a few hours to go, I don't know, 2.5 hours. And from there, I'm gonna go to this adventure spot. So the route from Lake Gardens is fairly simple. You take a local train to Budge Budge, you take an auto to the nearest ferry cut, and once you're there, you're going to cross the river and you're going to go to the other side. The other side is a place called Ulubedia, from where I'm going to catch a train and go to Kharagpur. Guys, I'm here at the ferry, but I don't think I'll be able to film here because it's getting super crowded now. If I was ever asked to pinpoint a turning point of my life, this would probably be a very important one. It would probably be it for this trip. Let me explain in more detail why. You see, as I sat there in the ferry, contemplation had kicked in. I was contemplating whether this already hectic journey would be worth taking. I wanted to turn back, but something kept me going. In retrospect, I would probably say it was fate who kept me focused on the road. And I'm glad it did. Okay, so I've arrived at Fuleshwar station, and from here we're gonna make an attempt to go to Kharagpur. A side note, you can see the Humsafar Express on the next platform, and look how it has been damaged. This is what I'm talking about. People need to maintain public property. Makes me angry sitting here, but I guess that's a separate blog. For now, I guess I'll have to wait here for the next local train to arrive. And once it does, I don't know whether I'll be able to film inside the local train, but I am gonna try. If not, I'm gonna film in Kharagpur. It's just a regular. I'm hoping it'll be a regular train journey. If something special, I'm definitely gonna film. Nothing particularly special occurred during the train journey. It was very scenic. I'd wanted to mention that, and so I did. Yes, so something special in retrospect, which I could mention here, is that I had no clue about what was going to happen later. So I was enjoying this moment of the trip. But apart from that, no, nothing special. Let's get back to me at Kharagpur. Alright, so I just got down at Kharagpur. It's past 3, and I'm super duper hungry. There's a restaurant called Taj Biryani. So that's where I'm headed. And yeah, the train's honking. It's very noisy here. I don't know whether you guys are able to hear that noise, but it's super duper noisy. So we're going to Taj Biryani. See you there. Alright, this is getting boring. Let me summarize the boring part of the trip. So I'd gotten down at Kharagpur, had biryani. I was unable to film it because I didn't have battery. And I took a car from outside the Kharagpur station, and the driver, after overcharging me a bit, well, quite a lot, honestly, but no grudges, he took me to the camping site, and that's where my adventure began. That's where I would be surrounded by wild animals all night. And I would later learn that I was actually very, very, very lucky to have survived. Okay, this is where I am. This is a tent. If you guys didn't realize, it's the adventure of a lifetime. Yeah, so I'm amidst the jungle, and I'll show you that in a moment. So as you can see here, this is the net, and everything is dark outside. Let me just show you. So this is it. Oopsie, let me straighten my camera. There, and yeah, it's dusk, and we are awaiting nightfall. Well, I'm awaiting nightfall because I've heard that there are animals that come out. Unfortunately, I'd have to say that there are no tigers. I had clarified that on the way here from my driver and other sources. There are no tigers, but there are elephants. I'm looking forward to see something. And it's a very deep jungle and a dangerous jungle. So you have foxes, you have wild monkeys running around. You also have a lot of canine species. They didn't say what. So there are foxes. There are what did they say that was? Well, it was a kind of canine species. They showed me a picture. You have all those. You have lots of birds, which I'm looking forward to see tomorrow morning. You also have elephants in this jungle. They sometimes come downhill from the mountain and come here, but it's a bit of a stretch to say that you are going to run into an elephant if you come here, because the chances are you're never going to see one. But one can only hope, right? I mean, I'm going to stay here all night. I think I'm hardly going to get any sleep tonight, so let's see how things roll, and maybe we will end up with something very interesting at night. So let's see. I'll be awake, I'll be vigilant, and see how everything goes. I'm going to show you guys the scenario outside. You're gonna love it. It's and just remember, I'm staying here alone. There's nobody here in the entire vicinity except for a caretaker who sleeps in a closed room, and that room is like at least 20 yards from here. So let me show you guys. Okay, before that, this is the tent. There's a LED light. Here's the electricity connection. Let me turn my camera. Electricity connection, blanket, pillow, holder, mobile holder, and here you have, it's a Ziploc tent, so you can see outside it's completely dark. There's nothing, literally there's nothing outside. There's a wild dog sleeping right there, so I can't go outside tonight. It's pretty late already. I am hoping things will get better as morning approaches, but it's bound to get more scarier as night falls. So let's see if we can. I don't want to get any sleep, but let's see. There's literally nothing there, no boundary walls, nothing. It's amidst the jungle, and the main hotel is miles from here. It's miles away from here, literally. So let's see how things go. This is my actual tent. This is where I am right now. I've put up here, and there are 2 more tents, but both of them are empty. Let me show you that they're empty. See, there's nobody here, not a single soul, and the other one is also empty. There's nobody there. Over there they have that's a toilet facility, so you can go there and pee. Here, now this is the only bit of civilization that is there amidst this huge jungle, and I'm going to show you on Google Maps how huge this jungle is. But right now everything is empty. I'm the only guest here, and behind this is a deep, dense jungle. There's literally nothing barricading this tent area with the deep jungle. And not only that, the deep jungle is not only behind this light right here, it also extends 360 degrees. So it's all deep jungle here, and even behind the tent right here. So it's all deep jungle everywhere. I don't know why this is happening. Every time I zoom out, the light decreases. Okay, so it's deep jungle, and I'm in a deep mess. So let's see. But food is important, so I'm gonna dine, and there are a couple of chairs and a table here. People picnic here often, but not today. And I wanted to show you the night sky, but it's canopied by trees, so I'm gonna stay silent for a minute. I want you guys to listen to the insects of the jungle, the sounds of the jungle. Can you see the crickets flashing? Alright guys, it's late at night, it's past midnight, and I heard this howling noise behind me, and it woke me up. Something's definitely going on outside. I checked with my caretaker, that's what we were recommended to do. I checked with my caretaker, and he said that he's gonna, he took out his torch and he said he's gonna go inside the jungle and see what's going on. So he asked me to stay put inside the tent. It is really frightening, but yeah, they asked us to stay put, so I better get up. I have my lights on. I don't know whether I should have my lights on. Probably not, but okay, I'm gonna switch them off. I'm gonna switch them off now. Yeah, you guys won't be able to see me for a while, but I guess that's okay. Let me see if I can turn the flash on. Yeah, this is better. So I'm gonna stay put. It was the howling noise, like literally, like the kind of noise you hear in movies. You know, movies about werewolves and stuff, but I'm sure there are no werewolves here. That's the least of our worries, but there was definitely something howling. It could have been a wild dog. We're praying it's a wild dog, because if it is, then there's really nothing much to worry about, because we have our pet dogs here in the vicinity, and they have often in the past also protected people from such wild dogs. But if it's something else, we have a problem in our hands, and I'm scared to look outside. Let's see what's going on there. I'm scared to look outside. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the flash now. Okay, the light's still on outside. That's a good sign. Okay, let me see if there is anything there. I don't see anything. Crickets dancing around. There's a cricket right there on your screen. No, that's a glare, but we have crickets also. What's going on here? Should I open my tent? You want me to open my tent? I can't open it all the way. I'm gonna have to unzip the... You know what? Okay, something happened. Okay, that's our caretaker. I'm gonna talk to him now. I'm gonna ask him what happened. He's coming. Let's talk to him. Alright, my caretaker didn't want to talk on video, but he said he circled the entire jungle and he could see something outside. He wasn't sure what it is. It was something like a fox, a wild fox, or a vixen. He's saying that there are more than one of them. In fact, he's told me there are around 5 or 6 or 7 of them. So 7 wild vixen around me in this tent. This is literally, it's just cloth. That's all this is. It's some really high quality cloth, but nevertheless just cloth. I'm surrounded by wild foxes. Yay! What a great choice I made to come here. It's 1:30 right now, Okay. Need some water. I guess I'm gonna keep an eye out on around the bushes, and my caretaker asked me not to move, to stay put, to still stay awake and be vigilant. So I guess I won't get any sleep tonight either. I'll have to sleep during the day tomorrow. I'll have to check out by 9, so there's that. I'll just sleep from around 5 to 6, 5 to 9. I'm super tired, but I can't sleep. Can't sleep. Nope. Okay, I've got some Pepsi here with me. It's got caffeine, so it's gonna help me stay awake. A little bit of time because I don't want to drink too much. Oh, big mistake coming here. 7 vixens. Vixens are dangerous. Vixens bite. Vixens eat flesh of humans. I'm not scared. Oh, I'm super scared. Surrounded by 7 vixens. I've never done that earlier. You know what? I gotta talk sense into myself. I'm gonna look outside and monitor the situation. I have the SOS number, so I'm gonna just look outside the window and monitor. Let's talk about something else, shall we? This is the thing about jungles, everything seems normal when you look outside the window when you're in a jungle, but you never know what's going on behind those bushes. Lights on, everything seems exactly how they were, but you're surrounded by vixens. Holy shit, something moved. Ooh. Those were definitely vixens last night, and I couldn't get any sleep. They were howling, they were growling all night. I think some of them came here near the tent also, and they were making these noises. I had to switch off all the lights. I couldn't even use my mobile phone later. The caretaker, hats off to him, man. He was there all night and on his bicycle. He was monitoring the area. It was very scary when he went away because I was all alone here, and the vixens and whatever those animals were, they were howling and growling constantly. I think some of them they also came on this side of the tent. So I had to be really vigilant. It's 6 o'clock now, and I couldn't get any sleep last night, so I'm gonna try to get some sleep. But I really want to go bird watching. P.S. guys, you can hear some chicken outside. Those chicken actually came near my tent and started pecking on the cloth, but this is durable material. They're calling out, asking everybody to get up, but surprise, surprise, the vixens already did that. So yeah, I can't sleep anyways because of how loud they are, and there are, I think, 4 or 5 of them. So there they go. Now they've stopped, actually. Now that I'm speaking, they've stopped. They're calling at a distance. There you go. Yeah. So it's a whole ecosystem in this jungle. I'll tell you a few really interesting facts later. About at what o'clock, at what time at night, which bird calls, and what does that call mean. I learned that from the caretaker.
yesterday as we were chit-chatting for a bit for some time. So it's got a whole ecosystem, and I guess if you don't encroach into the jungle much, you don't litter, then the animals just leave you alone. They scare you, but they leave you alone because it's their territory, right? And you're a guest here, so yeah, it's a fun place to be at. All right, I'm gonna go bird watching now. You guys coming?
Most viewers at this point would think that the scary part of the adventure is actually over. Well, that may be true, but only partially in this case. Let me explain in more detail why. You see, whereas on the one hand, the actual scary part of being under a direct threat is actually over. The scary part overall is far from it, on the other hand. Not too long from this footage right here that you're watching right now, of me having filmed it, would I be visiting a Hindu temple quite close to this jungle, in which human sacrifices were the norm. Oh yeah, and did I mention it's adjacent to a river which used to turn red because of these sacrifices? So yeah, the scary part is far from over. Keep watching.
There you have a pond where the animals of the jungle come to drink water. We're gonna go there, don't worry. Look at this, it's a pond. It's a beautiful pond here. And oh my god, look at that, that's the jungle. I guess this is a part of bird watching, guys. There's my tent, and yeah. Oh, birds. I guess I've taken a photo. We're going to go to Jamuni forest. It's on the same route as our tent stay. I'll show you the jungle where I stay. Deep inside the jungle. It's pretty exciting. Now it's time to go to Jamuni. There is a temple there. It's called the Kanak Durga temple. That's where we headed. Guys, I'm going to the Chinkigarh temple. It's the temple of the idol Kanak Durga. Now, this temple has a rich, somewhat messed up history. Up until 500 years ago, human sacrifices were a regular part of the ritual in this temple. And it's situated along the banks of a river, and it is said that the human sacrifices continued until the water of the river turned red from a distant fort where the royals used to stay. There's a lot of dark history we have in this country which we have yet to acknowledge. Today it's a tourist spot. Today people go there to see and worship the idol. It's made of pure gold, the idol. And once we get there, I'll show you the temple. We're gonna get out there. So this is the gate to the temple, the Kanak Durga temple. Chinkigarh temple. And in winters nowadays they still perform animal sacrifices of buffaloes in this temple. So it's very crowded. Tourists flock in from all over the place. Yeah. It's a lovely setting. Thinking of the atrocities that happened here in the past makes it less lovely. But that's what one can really do today is acknowledge that it has a dark history. And we're approaching the gates.
I'm gonna keep recording because I don't want to miss a shot of the actual temple appearing on camera. So it's a plastic-free zone apparently, and smoking an alcohol-free zone. Yep. So I had to pay for parking there. Well, actually, I didn't have to pay because I didn't have change, so I'm gonna have to pay. This is the road of Chilkigar, and you have to walk. It's a very nicely decorated place today. Look at this. Trees are labeled. Lovely. They preserved nature inside this once dangerous temple. Yeah. Really tall trees here. Just sort of like staring at you as you walk. It's well fenced. I don't know why they fenced this region, because maybe there's some dangerous animals lurking inside. Ooh. Look at this. I'm going to show you the road up ahead. Look at this. It's a little pond. What do you call this? Like a shamiana or something? That's a very unique bird. I can say by its call. Aldina cordifolia. This is Diospyros sylvatica. These sound like the names of homeopathy medicines. Oh, look at those! Ooh. Imagine what this is gonna be like at night, staring at those trees. It's an uphill climb, kind of steep. I have my trekking backpack. And a little water bottle here. So here we go. Plastic free. Lovely. Bent tree. You don't see that often unless you're in the jungle. Look, they've put a few elephant statues here inside the jungle. Look at that. Look at that. These guys are playing a prank on visitors here. Look at that. Who would have thought those were artificial elephants? They look real to me initially. So this looks like the old temple. Look at this. Look at how old this building is. It's hundreds of years old. Scary thoughts, huh? Look at those walls, guys. Just look at those walls. Look at those bricks. They're just stacked on top of each other with a little bit of standing on the sides. Look at this. Look at the foliage growth on the walls. It's a rundown temple. Look at these. Look at the door. Look at the door. There you go. Here's the door of the famous temple. Behind me you can see the old temple, the one I just showed you. It's like a silhouette because of the sun. So this is the new temple right here. Yeah. The shutters are closed. I'm not sure what the timings are. They even have a drum here. Look at that. Whoa. I think that's where the sacrifices take place. Guys, this place creeps me out. So, just a few meters from the temple, which is here on this side, you have the river. It's called the Dulung River. The water flows from north to south, and yeah, this is all where all the sacrifices were made. This is the Dulung River. Look at this place. Look how studded this place is with tourists. All these little humans playing on the coasts of the Dulung River. Yeah, you have the Hanumans here, you have the chimpanzees. Look at these chimpanzees, look at them, look at them. These little monkeys jumping around, pretending to be little humans. Look at them. Yeah, I don't like them. They've stolen stuff from me. So this is the river. Yeah, this sand is not very sturdy. The water is really clear, it's really clean. A little silty as all the waters are, but it's really super duper clean. Right now, look at this. Should I touch the water? No, thanks. The water seems really clean here, but remember, this is where the sacrifices were made, so this water used to turn red, and it used to flow to the palace, to some palace, royal palace over there, and when they could see the red water, then and only then the sacrifices could stop. That was the rule. Not today. Today sacrifices are made, is what my total right does, but those are mostly buffalo sacrifices, so endorsing that, but that's, I guess it is what it is. A few 400 years was when the last human sacrifices were made, so 4 generations ago, so during the times of our great grandfathers. So it's probably due to COVID. I'm not sure why. So we just crossed the river on road also. And this river flows till the Rajwadi. The Rajwadi is like the palace where the royals used to stay. And that's where the whole thing was controlled from the entire practice. Yeah, so I wonder why they did that. Going through these villages, little children play. 4 hungry people have done terrible things, in today's world, they continue to do so. It depends on when you're watching this video. When I'm recording this video, a lot of terrible things are happening to the world right now. And I'm sure when you're watching this video, I'm sure in some part of the world something bad is happening. We're not going to focus on them. This is a vlog, it's a night vlog. We're going to focus on the good. In front of me is the Royal Raj Party. Let's get a shot of this. So we bars right sugar cakes of the Raj Party. And there's a temple here. Oh, look at that. Eta ki Bandiketta? Bandiketta? Look at this guys. This is the infamous Raj Party. Let me get a shot of this Raj Party first. A temple. So after this, my Toto driver, Sujit, who had become my friend by now, took me to the tribal museum. The tribal museum is a place which was opened recently to show the lifestyles of the local tribes that once resided in this area. These tribal people had suffered a lot in the hands of the royalty, and Sudhi tells me that some of them, suffers till date because they don't have access to electricity, water, there are no good schools for them, exclusively nothing to pick them up socially. So the next few shots you're going to see are going to be of the tribal museum. Filming is allowed inside. And it's going to depict how people prefer to live in this part of the world. If you ask me of what my interpretation of their lifestyle is, I would say bliss in simplicity. So what has this trip taught me? It has taught me not to mess with vixens. It has taught me to appreciate the smaller things in life, to be humble, and acknowledge my privilege. If you are more privileged than someone else today, like the tribal people here, maybe it's history's fault. I'm not asking you to contemplate all day. All I'm asking you is to acknowledge that your privilege exists. It can go a long way in making people feel better about themselves. With that, I'll end this vlog. Thanks for tuning in.